What is your American dream?
My American dream is for Trump to be out of office and for we build bridges, not walls.
My American dream is to own my own business and just thrive and be wealthy.
My American dream is the NFL.
My American dream is to get a brand new president.
My American dream is that we collectively recognize each other as human beings and that we don't pass judgments based upon color, but we pass judgment based upon accomplishments.
My American dream is to be lucrative in my business, and then also I want to be able to give to different ministries, different causes, people who are in need to help them come up. If I manage to do that, I live my life.
I want to be the best soccer player in the world.
My American dream is to become a game designer because I'm really good with computers.
My American dream. Well, there's a lot going on right now, especially with the kids who are being separated from their families. So, I mean, the ultimate American dream for me would be to get all these families back together. It's really important. I mean, I couldn't imagine just being so young and separated from my family.
My American dream, I want to be a baseball player.
My American dream is just, I want to live in a world where we can all collectively live as a community and together and be able to thrive and impoverish without racism and hatred and, just a non-judgmental world that we can all live in.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. I'm kind of like hopping along here to the Brad Show beat a little bit sometimes. You ever walk down the street? Well, by the way, welcome, everybody. I'm getting right into the show.
Right.
I don't even say hello to anybody.
Right. Over here.
And Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. My name is Brad Bernstein. Let's start this all over again. My name is Brad Bernstein. I got to fix my collar. Nobody tells me to fix my collar.
You know what? There should be a whole montage of you saying that.
Exactly. Every day I'm always fixing myself.
Jilly, make that montage. Watch.
And today is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. It is Happy Hump Day today. Woo! It's always Happy Hump Day, but especially Happy Hump Day today because I have my American dream. I've got Baby Boy and Nesquik here on Hump Day Wednesday. And I was getting all excited because I don't really look. Now, excited meaning happy. I don't want you. I don't want you. It is Hump Day. I don't want anyone to think I'm getting overly excited here in the chair, and that I wouldn't be able to stand up or do anything.
There should be a sound effect that you guys have.
Exactly. Julian's not on it on that one. I thought they were going to do bing or whatever. Right? But I was getting excited, but then, because I just saw the first headline on Hump Day, and then I said, you know what? I'm turning over the cards because I'm not supposed to see that. There it is. Oh boy, I can't stand up now. I really can't stand up now. But I don't really like to see the cards ahead of time. I like to be as surprised and excited about the Hump Day news as everybody else.
The squad.
Baby Boy, how are you?
Great. I had a very productive day.
Really?
Felt really good. Yeah.
You came in very frazzled a little bit, you seemed.
Yeah, because I'm not used to having a long day.
Really? You're used to sleeping, working out, eating, and then showing up to work around 5.
Exactly.
Baby Boy things.
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't happen today, and I still have stuff to do after this.
Baby Boy was out of apartment 9J by like 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, and it wasn't partying.
What were you doing?
I even had to give up one of my auditions. I had a big audition today. I had to give up on that. I had a meeting, write my script. Didn't have to still work out. Had another meeting, came straight here.
Whoa. You're having meetings without me?
Well, listen, Baby Boy needs to make some money.
How come Uncle Brad's not invited to any of these meetings?
Actually, would you like to come?
Maybe. Depends on your meeting. I don't know.
Well, come to my bar mitzvah meeting after this.
Okay, fine.
That seems appropriate.
And that's quick. How was your day? As productive as Baby Boy?
Always busy and productive.
had to help a bunch of ladies get dressed up today.
Oh.
During the day, I'm a stylist.
And how come you didn't invite me
Right.
to these meetings
Now
to help a bunch of ladies
How
get
come you
dressed
didn't
up?
invite both of us to that? Right.
Now there's that, exactly.
I'll come to those
next
meetings.
time I'm putting my ladies together, I'll make sure to
Yeah,
FaceTime
yeah.
you
I
both.
mean, both of you had very, very exciting days today.
How was your day, Brad? Because you know
Right.
you can't miss out. How was your day,
My day was very hectic as well.
Okay.
I saw lots of consultations. I spoke to lots of people on the telephone. I even made it to the gym this morning.
Woohoo!
Yes.
To the gym?
What, to the gym, which is very rare for me.
Okay, I
Right.
didn't know you worked out.
I didn't know that either. The people at the gym didn't know that either.
Like,
They go,
who's
"Who
this guy?"
are you? Who's this
Right.
guy?" He goes, "We sold you membership years ago. We just been
Jeez.
collecting your money. We didn't know you were actually showing up."
Oh, Brad's one of those guys.
Yeah, I'm one of
Right.
those guys.
Just
Exactly.
let it-
I'm trying to get
what are
him.
you at an Equinox or something like that?
Maybe
You look like
something like that.
Maybe.
He probably has like 10
Something
different
nice.
memberships.
Yeah, 20.
Right.
I've got a membership on a gym on every block.
I
Right.
was just gonna say, whichever one spots gets his attention first.
That's
where
I
it's
would
going
believe
in.
it.
Yes. And you can see.
And
What?
speaking of the great consultations you
Uh-huh.
had today,
Uh-huh.
we get to announce the winner of our
Ooh.
consultation.
We will.
Competition.
We
Later
will.
on,
We will.
so-
We will very
Y'all
shortly.
better stay tuned.
We will very shortly, and we're going to start a new one.
Exactly.
And by the way, this competition for the free consultation, only 7 people qualified.
Well, only 7 people entered.
So you have to
That's-
qualify
Yeah.
to enter.
That's insane.
And
to
that
me.
is insane. So somebody has really good odds at winning a free consultation today.
Right.
Yeah.
But let me say hello to the squad. Elizabeth Francis, squad up. Andreen Spence, how are you? Carol Anderson, the Tiger, squad up. Tamika Nelson, Jessica Leamy, Joelle Reed, Sydney Bursick. Sydney Bursick.
Yes,
She's watching.
she is.
Lisa Blake Rose, how are you? Denisha Joseph says, welcome all to the best reality show in the world. I'm going to tell you something.
I like that.
I like that. And we said, we always said we should just have cameras follow us around the office all day
Document.
and document what goes on here, because there's some crazy stuff goes on here with different people's stories,
That would
and
definitely be a
issues.
lot.
Except there's attorney-client privilege, so we got to figure out how to
just
do
gonna say,
all
I'm
of
like,
that.
can we put people's business out?
Exactly.
That might
Who else we got here? Sonia Daly. It says, people, Brad show starting. Put down what you're doing and tune. Learning is ongoing. Information can't too much. Squad up. Wait, there's more. Squad up, y'all.
Okay.
So that was the pre-comment of the day.
Yeah.
I'm always starting pre-comments of the day when I see
Yeah,
it.
this is true.
Asset Lindo, squad up. Elizabeth Francis, squad up. Star Girl Mika. Christy Consali saying hello. We got a lot of comments today.
Right.
Truth Serum.
People knew it was
Squad
Wednesday.
up. They know it's Wednesday. They know to tune in for Wednesday. Marcia McCullough, squad up. Dawn Harriet. And I'm going to pass over a lot of people, and I apologize. We could sit here and say squad up till 7:15 at night.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Sankey White, how are you? Cordella Douglas. Craig Rose says it's been a while. It has been a while. I have not called your name in a long time. Jackie Harris on YouTube. Squad up. Back it up, Ricky. I call his name all the time. Alyssa Henry, how are you? Max Santos, squad up. Ja Love says, hi, Brad and Yo-Yo. I'll put in parentheses Nesquik for
Right,
you, Ja
that's
Love.
fine,
She feels
I get it.
Ja Love didn't say hello, Nesquik.
It's okay. It's not personal.
I don't want to make you feel bad, but come on, Ja Love.
I know.
All right, Ja Love is
What,
really
chopped liver here?
Ja Love, I don't, from what I know of Ja Love, very, very considerate person. So I'm shocked
fine.
that
They didn't
Ja
mean
Love
it.
would say hello to me and Yo-Yo and completely leave you
Okay,
out.
don't make Ja Love feel that bad.
All right, because she usually has matters. I don't know what happened there to Ja Love today.
Okay.
Andrew Smith, squad up. I'm only kidding around. Cordella Douglas, Enyi Cage says
Ryu?
this is a better show than the Trump circus.
That's
Wow.
Ryu.
What?
Ryu Cage.
Are you Cage?
Ryu. Isn't that Ryu from
Ryu.
Street Fighter?
Oh, okay. I don't know what Ryu is.
It's a fighter on Street Fighter.
Okay, and I don't wear glasses when I do this show, which maybe I should, because then I could see. So the R looks like an N from a distance.
Yeah, it does. NYU.
Yeah, so I thought it was New York University, making a comment.
No.
Tanisha Brown, and we can't forget Instagram. How could I forget Instagram?
You can't.
Ambi Happy saying hello. Bakari Hadara on Instagram as well. Spar 004 joined.
Whoa.
Perhaps a distant relative.
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe. I'm looking at her picture. She doesn't look like she would be related to me, but you never know.
Hey, you never know.
You never know. But Spar 004 has joined on Instagram. Chocolate Balloon 996. I'ma be me. Always watching on Instagram. Who else we got? Sepul Sanchez 24 saying hello. And by the way, Sepul Vida Sanchez 24 says great show, and he's a lawyer in LA.
Oh, what's up?
All right.
Awesome.
So to a fellow member of the bar, thanks for watching. I also say that to my bartender too at night. My bartender watches too. I should also say to a fellow member from across the bar.
Right.
Cordella Douglas, because I saw him watching too. So he's gonna say, "How come you don't shout me out?"
I love how Brad has a bartender, like a designated bartender.
I have a designated bartender. just I have a designated barista at Starbucks.
Barista.
I have a designated bartender at my favorite watering hole.
Oh,
Boy,
wow.
I'm using some really old-fashioned lingo.
Right. You are watering hole?
Right, watering hole. That was lingo from before I was born.
That sounds ancient.
That's very ancient. And Dread Casting Squad Up, Christy Consali. Christy Consali, by the way, could be double fisting with a foot.
Yep.
Appreciate the support.
Okay. Why don't you tell everybody what they need to do while I get ready for some host chat?
Yeah. All right, first things first, everybody that is watching on all three platforms, we need you guys all to join the Facebook fan page. You just put Brad Show Live in Facebook, and you will be able to join the VIP group. And with that, you will be able to actually ask your questions early in the day, and it's a guarantee that we will ask those questions, those 5 questions, before social media check-in.
They're already in my inbox.
Are they? See? Yeah. There you go. So you guys need to join that right now. Now on Facebook. You good?
We're good.
Okay, I'm so used to Brad saying something.
I didn't say anything.
When I see him look up.
You want to know why? It's because Chili's in my ear goes, come on, the show's got to keep going.
It sure does.
So I'm being quiet right now.
All right, so now everybody on Facebook, we need you guys all to share. You already know this is one of the most important things that you can do for us. All right, we do our work over here for you guys, and all you have to do right now is share. Click that share button, share it to anybody's page, share it to an inbox, share it to a group, and also put all of your questions in the comment section right now. We do not get to all of the questions. It's a guaranteed that we won't get to all the questions that we get for social media check-ins. So the best way to do it is 1, join the Facebook fan page, and 2, put in your questions right now. Of course, show your emotions, love, like, smiley face, sad face, wild face, whatever emotion that you're feeling while we're talking about whatever we're talking about, make sure you show that love to the video. And what are we going to do on YouTube?
Alrighty, squad, and you already know on YouTube, if you haven't already, first things first is subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when the Brad Squad is on live and Uncle Brad is ready to give all his important information. You can also share on YouTube, so make sure that you do that and let your squad know that we're on and that Brad is ready to answer all the immigration questions that you guys have. And if you haven't yet, as you know, we're now on Instagram, so make sure you follow Brad Show Live and leave comments in our posts.
All right, guys, now it's time to find out what's going on in the world and also get a little bit of hump news. It's time to schmooze with Brad.
All right, schmoozing. Schmoozing. By the way, I guess everybody was busy today. Nobody watched the impeachment trials.
No.
Yeah, I definitely didn't have no time.
Did you know what was going on?
Yes, I wore my orange yesterday for it.
Yes. Yo-Yo wore orange yesterday, and we weren't sure if it was because of impeachment, because the color was orange peach, or he was trying to look like the color of Donald Trump's face. We're not sure.
It was absolutely
kind of
both.
a combination.
And I could see that color working with your eyes.
Yeah, thank you.
So you know, as we've said, impeachment is it's basically a political thing going on here. It's not like a real criminal trial.
Yeah.
And right now, it's going right along party lines. Except, you got to think that there are some Republicans who are listening about impeachment. And the reason is this. There was a lot of motions that go on before the trial started. What witnesses to call. And one of the motions that could have happened that didn't was that Donald Trump's lawyers could have made a motion to dismiss the charges. And if he had 51 Republicans who would have agreed to say just dismiss the charges, all these charges would have been dismissed and that would be the end of it. It's very telling because Donald Trump has been tweeting for weeks.
A lot of tweeting.
that this is a disgrace, this is a fraud, this is a witch hunt, all of that stuff. So if he really believed it, he wanted this case dismissed, they could have made a motion to dismiss it, got 51 Republicans to vote for it, and then that would have been the end of it. But it's very telling that this morning when Donald Trump's lawyers could have done it, they didn't. Which would say that there are at least some Republicans who want to hear the evidence and are not so quick to dismiss what Donald Trump did. Now, his lawyers stood up this morning. And they continued to give some false and misleading claims, but they did not go to dismiss the case. Okay? Pat Cipollone, who's the White House chief counsel, his first lie was that this was all done behind closed doors. The Republicans weren't allowed in. This was all a Democratic hoax, and the fix was in by the Democrats. He claimed that not even the House Intelligence Committee chair and impeachment manager Adam Schiff's Republican colleagues were allowed into the SCIF, that's the secure facility where members of Congress review classified information. That is absolutely not true. He said that Cipollone referenced the fact that during one of the House Intelligence Committee hearings, Schiff paraphrased Trump's July 25th phone call with the Ukraine. As the transcript had already been released, everyone knew that Schiff wasn't claiming to be quoting it verbatim, but Trump and Republicans pretended otherwise and insisted the congressman was a traitor who should resign. So they're still really not, they're muddying the waters because the facts are the facts.
Right.
Okay? Nobody came this morning and said Donald Trump didn't say these things. Nobody came this morning and didn't say Donald Trump didn't ask the president of Ukraine for a favor.
Right.
Nobody came and said that Donald Trump didn't withhold the funds for the Ukrainian military that's fighting our adversary, Russia, right now in Ukraine. Nobody's saying any of that.
Right.
So they're arguing everything else but the real facts. You know, let's call Joe Biden and Hunter Biden in and see what crap they're doing. This is not a trial about Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. This is about whether or not Donald Trump abused his power. Now, what the Republicans are doing is two things. One is they're arguing everything but the facts because the facts are the facts and they can't change it.
Right.
And if you look realistically and unbiasedly at the facts, he abused his power.
Right.
There's no question about it.
Yep.
And then so they muddy it. And then they say, okay, so what if he abused his power?
So it's not illegal.
It's not illegal. It's not a crime.
Right.
So if it's not a crime, he can't be impeached.
Should be a crime, though.
It doesn't matter whether it's a crime or not, but this is not a criminal trial.
Right.
So if this was in U.S. court and we wanted to put Donald Trump behind bars, they would be 100% right.
Right.
He
But
can't
that's
go
not what
behind
it is.
bars for abusing his power because there's no law in the books that says a president can't abuse his power.
Right.
But this is not a criminal trial.
It's an
Yeah.
impeachment
This is an
trial.
impeachment,
Right.
a political trial about whether or not he abused the power of his office, he violated the Constitution of the United States, and he violated the public trust.
Which is why I don't understand how they can use that as something to for his case? How can you actually go and say, oh, he may have abused his power, but it's not illegal? How can you say that if that's not a criminal case?
Because they drag in all of these very famous constitutional lawyers to say what Trump wants them to say. Yep. It's like listen, in all honesty, it's like we handle personal injury cases here. Okay? So our client's hurt. Are we going to bring in a doctor that says he's not hurt? No, we're going to bring in a doctor that says he's hurt. This guy's hurt beyond belief. Okay? That's what lawyers do.
Right.
So Trump finds a lawyer, Alan Dershowitz. He's a famous name. He's been in the news for a long time. And he's coming in there, and he hired Alan Dershowitz. I don't know what Dershowitz is getting paid. He claims he's going to give his money to charity, whatever Trump is paying him. But Dershowitz is coming in as this constitutional scholar, and he's saying, I'm a constitutional scholar, and I've reviewed the entire history of impeachment, going all the way back to the founding fathers and what they argued during the Constitutional Convention, and this was taken into account, abuse of power, and I can tell you that Thomas Jefferson and James Madison and John Hancock and all the other people who signed the Constitution, whoever it was, or made up the Constitution, they all feel that, they all felt at the time, abuse of power, how this guy knows this from 250 years ago, abuse of power is not an impeachable offense.
Right.
And the Democrats, of course, bring in the lawyers and say they are. And right now, what's interesting is that, the hardcore Republicans, they're not going to change their mind. The hardcore Democrats are not going to change their mind. And ultimately, there are some moderate Republicans who I understand were taking notes. So they are open-minded, but I don't think we have 17. I don't believe we have 17 moderate Republicans who are open-minded.
Right.
So ultimately, what's going to happen is Trump will be exonerated or not impeached. Whether or not he is not impeached by a minority, he has to get 66 votes to impeach him. Maybe he'll get more than 50, but it's not going to reach 66 or 67. So, I'm thinking, if I'm the lawyer for the Democrats, because it's so confusing what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm the lawyer for the Democrats, because I was thinking about this today, Donald Trump, I would make it very simple. Okay, and by the way, when you ask any trial attorney, and I'm not a trial attorney, right? Okay, but you ask any trial attorney, how do you win a trial? You make it simple for people to understand the issue. Okay, a good defense, muddies the waters. So you'll see exactly what Trump's lawyers are doing. They muddy the waters. They come up with 100 different things that confuses people. What are we arguing about? I don't understand. And then when people get confused, when people don't understand, it doesn't make sense to them. They can't grasp it. What's going on.
Right.
And they say, well, he didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
And this is not only for the senators, but this is for the public opinion. Because ultimately, this case, as I said, is going to be on appeal. Yeah. And the appeal is going to be to the American people in November whether or not Trump gets reelected again. And who is the Democrats? Who are they looking to sway to come back and vote for them? The reason Donald Trump won was because of the suburban Democrat, the suburban moderate, independent, sometimes they vote Republican, sometimes they vote Democrat, your suburban housewife, your suburban guy who goes to work and comes home, whether middle class, upper middle class, whatever it is, the homeowner, they voted for Obama both elections. And then they did not vote for Hillary Clinton. They went and voted for Trump and said, all right, we'll give him a try. And trust me, I spoke to these people. They said, we'll give him a try. Let him shake it up a little bit. They didn't realize when they say, I'm going to give it a try, let Trump shake it up a little bit. They didn't realize that, when we give Trump a try and let him shake it up a little bit, he's going to walk over, rip up, and destroy our entire Constitution and the fabric of our country.
Right.
Abuse power.
And abuse power. Nobody thought about that
when power. We don't think he'll abuse it.
Nobody thought about that when they voted for him. So to me, if I'm the trial attorney, which I'm not, or if I was, the Democrats, which I'm not, I'm just Brett. I would make it very, very simple. Okay? You don't want to call witnesses? Guess what? If you were innocent, you didn't do anything wrong, you should be having all your witnesses come in.
Right.
Yep.
Okay?
Simple
Have
as
all your
that.
witnesses come in.
Simple.
Make it very, very simple. An innocent man would want to clear his name and have all of the
Right.
witnesses come in. The fact that you're not makes us believe you're hiding something. End
Absolutely.
of story.
Yep.
End of story. So, that's my opinion. What do you
Yep.
think?
That's a good opinion.
That's
agree.
a good
True.
opinion.
And I mean, this
And
is
that should be, that's
precedent.
all they should be saying. Those two sentences.
I don't understand why it's not. That's not the case.
Yeah. By the way,
Trump.
whatever
that means.
I am really, really concerned about this Chinese coronavirus.
Huh?
The coronavirus.
What
Not
corona?
familiar.
You're
Like
not
the-
familiar
not the
with
beer?
it. Well, you're going to be now.
What?
The coronavirus, it's sickened more than 500 people in China, Thailand, Japan, South Korea, and it's confirmed to have hit the United States on Monday.
Oh, wow.
Okay, a Washington state man was diagnosed with this mysterious virus. It broke out last month in China. This virus has already killed 9 people in China.
Oh,
This is
what?
like Contagion. Remember that movie Contagion?
Yeah.
Okay, it's terrifying.
Oh no, I was thinking about going to Thailand for
No,
my birthday.
don't go to Thailand. You're going to get the coronavirus. Now, this man is sickened. He's in stable condition. He hasn't died yet, but it finally
Not
hit
yet.
the United States. Now, he's not going to die. Now, everybody from China who's flying in from China now is being stopped by Department of Homeland Security and is being checked to see whether or not they have this virus or not.
Oh, shit.
And China, somewhere in central China where this virus is coming from, they stopped all trains going in and out of that area.
That area.
So nobody's allowed out of that area.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're gonna quarantine those folks.
So the CDC said on Tuesday they're expanding their screening to international airports, not only at JFK, but now Atlanta and Chicago as well. But this coronavirus, this scares me, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a germphobe.
So better watch out for that. You better grab one of those little masks.
Yeah.
People
Oh
walk around.
Lord, I'm about to be having that
Face
mask.
So I have a note here what the coronavirus is. Okay. It comes in a beer can. I'm only kidding.
I was
like,
The
wait,
coronavirus sounds like it comes in a beer, right? The coronavirus is a large family of viruses ranging from the common cold to the more serious ones known as SARS. Remember the SARS thing?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it's coming
no.
back. It's coming back. And what else is happening here? Australia. You know what? We're going to get to Australia tomorrow. We got to start our Hump Day news.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Do we have any?
Let
Let 'em out.
We have any camels?
Bring in the camels.
Let them
All
out.
It's Hump.
Oh yeah.
All right. So this is what I got here. Deaf man from Brooklyn sues Pornhub. You ever look at Pornhub, Yo-Yo?
Sure
You know what
does.
this Pornhub is?
I sure do.
Right? That's the free porn.
Yep.
Right?
Site.
Yeah.
The free porn site. I'm going to ask Vanessa too. You know what Pornhub is?
I'm familiar
You're familiar
with
with
the site.
it? You're familiar with it. You've come across
I'm
it
a
every
big
so
fan.
often?
Yeah.
Yes. You know what? I was just watching it a few hours ago, and I noticed like
you
this
had a
deaf
busy
man.
day, Brad.
I did have a busy day, but I stopped to look at porn. No, I didn't. But I noticed like this man. He's suing Pornhub because they do not have closed captioning for the hearing impaired.
Wow.
So a deaf man from Brooklyn, he is upset he cannot fully enjoy the videos on Pornhub because he does not provide closed captioning. He has filed a class action lawsuit against Pornhub that Pornhub has violated his and other rights under the Americans with Disabilities Act. Now, Pornhub is owned by MindGeek. It makes up several adult websites, including YouPorn and RedTube. I've seen those as well. They own all my favorite ones.
Right.
All of my
That makes
favorite
They're all
ones.
under the same group.
I
Under
didn't
the same
know that.
umbrella,
That makes
Brad.
sense.
So now this guy Yaroslav Suris, he's the one suing.
Smart.
He said
This is good.
he said he tried to watch some videos and he wanted, he doesn't hear anything, so he doesn't hear the moaning or the dialogue.
But the dialogue.
There's dialogue.
The
Right,
dialogue is important.
The
It
dialogue
is.
is
Leading
important.
to what
It's a
you
storyline.
want to do.
Yeah, well,
The
yeah, but I
storyline.
mean, so he's specifically complaining about that there was no closed captioning for his favorite movie, Homemade Gangbang Porn.
Yes. So Jessica Leamy says, why does he want to hear the sounds? Just watch it. Listen, this is actual art. Okay, they actually act before. They act before the scenes. They act after the scene, including during the scene. You want to hear what the? I agree.
Well, I don't know if he wants to hear the. I don't know. I don't know if he wants to hear the dialogue, but I think he wants to hear the climax.
No,
you know,
no, because
yes,
I don't think that's why he really wants. You're going to say,
you're going to hear grunt, stick it, whatever.
But that's still part of the dialogue.
Stick it more, or whatever they say. I don't know.
Right. He can't. I don't know.
I'm actually here for him. I hope he wins.
It's at angles where you can't read lips. I'm sure that he.
Right.
How far do you think he'll go with this case? I think he's onto something.
I do too.
I'm going to tell you something. It is absolutely a violation.
So question.
It's a violation of Disabilities Act.
The fact that he's doing this now, can other deaf people join this lawsuit?
They can join the lawsuit.
I'm about to hit
absolutely.
up. So, hey guys, we can make some money together.
But I don't know what the ultimate. Really, I'm going to tell you the truth. The the only ones who are going to make money on this are the lawyers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, what are the damages that you weren't able to hear grunting? What
a lot, because
I don't think those are
maybe
big
that's
damages.
the only way they can please themselves, because they can't get any play.
Which is the point of the content.
And there are some
now he brings that up, and now he's weakening the case.
There are also some people that watch porn to prevent them from doing anything bad, like calling somebody over. So if he can't really enjoy that porn, he's going to call somebody over. He's going to, damn, you made me have sex. Now I have an STD. It's because of Pornhub. No.
So can we blame?
That's really taking it a step further than I thought you were going to take it.
I'm over here like, Brad, where's this going? Brad, where's this going?
It's true.
Mansu's poured up. Next thing we know, there's STDs flying everywhere.
Thank you, baby boy.
Meanwhile, remember last week we talked about Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina candle?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it seems to still
Did y'all buy it?
I did not buy it, but if you remember, Gwyneth Paltrow is now suing. Now suing. I have suing in my head. Not suing anybody. Gwyneth Paltrow is now selling her scented candle that presumably smells exactly like her vagina. Okay.
Yes, we talked about that.
And we have not bought it yet. But I am telling you, it is on our Christmas list, and we are also trying to come up with our own scented candles here for Hump Day ourselves. We'll figure it out. Okay.
There it goes. There's our candle.
There is our Brad Show live candle.
What would our essential
Yes.
oil? I just went candle shopping yesterday, so I love candles.
Now, Jill says in my ear that they made up the Brad Show live candle there.
Right.
And it has scents of Yacket, which I'm 0.001% Yacket, and Hermes, which is my cologne. So the Brad Show live candle smells kind of somewhat between Hermes and a Siberian Eskimo. Sounds like something you'd really want to be smelling.
Valentine's Day is rising, friends.
Right.
So we should either get the vagina candle or the Brad Show candle.
So now Martha Stewart, who is Gwyneth Paltrow's competition, for like these, for being like, the home sense.
Right.
She's angry. And she says the only reason that Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina candle is such a big success because guys are horny.
All right.
You think that?
New cliche, right? Sex sells. So she's selling it.
This is what she said on Andy Cohen. What happened live with Andy Cohen? She said, "I'm sure it's sold out." She does that kind of irritating. She's trying to zhuzh up the public to listen to her, and that's great. I mean, let her do her thing. I wouldn't buy that candle. What does it say about America that candle is now sold out? Cohen asked. Stewart replied, "I think it's not America. I think it's just a lot of guys that are very horny."
I think that she's just a hating ass trick.
Just gonna say
she's
that. I'm
hating
why
as fuck.
hating?
Right. Don't get me started. You use Snoop Dogg to get into the black market. You have somebody who you wouldn't even hang out with, like back in the day, somebody who does nothing but smokes weed, but you had a whole show with him to use him for that market. So how would you hate on somebody else for their come up?
Right.
Yeah, by the way, I think it's good. By the way, I think it's really good marketing on behalf of Gwyneth Paltrow. Gets
I do
everybody
too,
talking about it.
It's not it's not the actual scent of her private parts, like, you know what I mean? So anybody, if anybody who buys it thinks that like she just like squirted something in the candle like thing and it's gonna smell like her privates, then you're dumb. Like that's not what it's for.
That's exactly what was in the formula mix. That was it. That's what the chemist brought together.
Well, she didn't squirt anything, Yo-Yo. That's really disgusting. What the candle smells like is a blend of geranium, citrusy bergamot, whatever that is, cedar, damask rose, and ambrette seed.
Well, Jeff Bosey says that your candle would smell like freedom with a side of scent of I-130.
That's very funny. That's very funny. Bravo,
right.
Jeff. That was his best one in a while.
I was laughing really hard on that one.
Wow, it's really sold out everywhere. It was a
That's wild.
$75
candle.
Yeah. By the way, Bradshaw Live Candle seems to be a lot in the storage still. Nobody's buying them yet.
Still in stock.
Still out in stock for Bradshaw Live Candle.
Damn.
Tamika Nelson says her candle would smell like candy.
Oh, I like that.
Tamika Nelson.
Yeah, let's throw that in the comments, guys. What would your scented candle be?
Tamika says her personal candle is candy.
Okay.
Let the comments run wild.
We know who Tamika's with, Kevin. So
okay.
Look, that guy Kevin, he's pretty lucky.
Okay. Kevin got a sweet tooth. All right. Next.
All right. So meanwhile, you remember the original Batman from the 1960s?
Oh, the throwback.
Yeah.
The throwback Batman. The Robin, the guy's name was Burt Ward. Now, he just got a Walk of Fame star, I guess, in Hollywood. Now, he played Robin Burt Ward played Robin in the 1960s television series.
Yes.
And he said that the network sent him to a doctor after receiving complaints about his bulge when he was running around in his Robin underwear. Now, he's now 74 years old. He finally got his Hollywood Walk of Fame just from being on this show. In an interview with the New York Post, page 6, Ward said that his bulge was stealing scenes to the point where he was asked to visit a doctor to take shrinking pills.
That's wild.
A la Jason Derulo's complaint about the anaconda that was edited out of Cats. Both Burt Ward and Jason Derulo having these problems.
These are definitely two different type of bulges.
Right.
Robin does not have that type of a problem, but I can see. That's just ridiculous. But I can see why this happened back in the day. I mean, like in the 50s and 60s, they didn't even have married couples sleep in the same bed. So any little type of bulge, it probably is like, ooh.
Yeah, I've had that problem too. I've gone to the doctor for my shrinking pills
Figured
too.
we were putting you on that list too, Brad.
Yes.
Why would you take that?
Volunteering that information.
Right. Why would you?
I'm making a joke. I don't.
We laughed. It was
yes,
funny.
I don't need any shrinking pills.
If God has blessed you.
God has blessed me with a shrunken one already. So.
Too much info. It is Wednesday on the Brad Show.
Wow. All right. Hey, it's all in fun. It's all in fun. I'm going to cry now.
Take your time, Brad.
I'm going to cry now. Jason, so what do you think, Jason Derulo and Burt Ward? Do you think they have a similar problem?
No.
Right. If imagine we just challenge this. We put these two gentlemen side by side. What do they have in common?
Absolutely nothing.
Thank you, Yo-Yo.
They're both wearing black. He's wearing black on his mask, and Jason's wearing black over his eggplant.
Yeah.
As far as it goes.
So now Twitter is in a bit of a twist here. It saes there's a new pillow out. It has generated a lot of buzz by hyper marketing a $69 product to slow down the aging process of your boobs.
Oh.
Fight cleavage wrinkles with Sleep and Glow Pillow Bra, the company urges. The neckline is an essential part of the feminine figure. If you want to keep this area looking elegant and alluring, then this is for you.
Wow.
What is it that they do?
They put it there in between your boobs and
in
like
the cleavage area.
And then what is
looks
that
like
supposed to do?
I guess it like maybe separates it so.
Anti-aging.
So you don't get cleavage wrinkles, I guess.
Yes.
I guess, is there such a thing as cleavage wrinkles?
Yes. Again, I style a lot of ladies throughout the day. I see a lot of things.
Now, if you had invited me to if you had invited me to any of these stylings, which you don't, I would know that cleavage wrinkles exist.
And now we can inform my clients that this is a thing.
I didn't know that it was.
That's good, right? You might want
I've brought in my lawyer, my handy dandy assistant here to let us know some important boob massaging devices.
So I don't know. Is that something that you think the world needs?
There's a lot of things this world doesn't need, and they still exist.
Yes,
so
that part.
Can't we just let nature take its course?
Absolutely
We're
not.
Always avoiding.
I'm okay with people getting work done. Listen, to each his own. If it makes you feel good, go ahead, baby.
All right. Well.
All right.
Cleave massaging is a new one.
All right. So a bodybuilder proposes to a sex doll after getting the sex doll plastic surgery.
Oh,
this is weird. Yeah. After 8 months of dating, yes. After 8 months of dating, this bodybuilder in Kazakhstan, he's an actor and bodybuilder, Yuri Tolechko, and he's telling the world he recently brought his girlfriend Margot cosmetic surgery and then proposed to her, except Margot is a doll. This is so bizarre. I don't know if this guy deserves to be in Hump Day or just like put in an insane asylum. Tolechko treats his plastic bride to be like a living lady, maintaining an Instagram account for her where he documents their escapades and evenings out. He even claims to have found Margot a waitressing position at a local bar. Quite the feat, considering she can't move.
Or talk, or move.
Is that your bartender?
That is not my bartender. So apparently this is all one big publicity stunt, I would assume.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, despite promoting the relationship as no laughing matter, Tolechko recently accepted an invitation to appear with Margot on the Russian TV show Comedy Club. It's only... Tolechko isn't alone. So. Now, this guy's not alone in his commitment to sex dolls. The Star's documentary Silicone Soul... I don't know if you ever saw this.
No.
I didn't either. It premiered in October and took a close look at the lives of doting doll partners. I guess there's something to be said. They don't have a fight with you. Okay. They're always ready to have sex with you.
I was waiting for that.
Right? They look pretty. Right.
I was going to say, what are all the pros of this?
I'm thinking about
judging him and all the cons.
I'm thinking about all the pros.
Go ahead, Brad.
Right? No fighting.
Nope.
They agree with everything you want.
For sure.
Sex whatever you want.
That's her purpose.
Right? They can never say, honey, just leave me alone. Give me a break.
Right,
nothing, right?
Roll over or you'd have to roll her over. So
there's no snoring at night. Very quiet sleeper.
What are the cons here? Is he really crazy or?
I don't know. Maybe he's onto something. What do you think, Yo-Yo?
Absolutely not.
What do you think, Yo-Yo?
You need emotion. You need
I want the fight. I want all the fiery everything. What?
Now, you create it. That's the thing.
You literally are sleeping with a Barbie. Like, that is weird. Weird as hell. There's nothing okay with that.
My whole thing is, so did the doll get like silicone implants? Like, did it already have implants? Like, what kind of plastic surgery was done on this plastic doll?
I don't know, but in this documentary, I'm just reading more about this documentary.
Right. Tamika's talking about sounds like Brad's gonna get one, and honestly, it sounds like it.
You know what? I think the days that Nesquik doesn't show up, we'll just stick the doll.
Just stick a doll right here.
Right. That works.
That actually might work.
But just reading though, I'm reading here like the doll owners in this documentary. They say they have their reasons, and it's not purely sexual. For example, one man featured in the documentary found his wife cheating on him, so he tells the filmmaker, Jackie, my doll, would never cheat on me. There's another reason.
Right.
All right?
You know where she always is.
That's right.
Yo.
Always home waiting for you when you come home.
I'm going to tell you something. Jeff is on a roll today. He said, just don't leave them next to the fireplace for a romantic evening.
That is very true. That is very true.
That might not end well.
Now, and this is weird too, but Italy's first sex doll brothel opened in 2018, and it's now booked out for weeks.
Brothel?
Yeah, a brothel of sex dolls.
Listen, people have their fetishes. Some people like feet. Some people have things with, I don't know.
That seems like very dirty to me that there's you go
How
and
do they disinfect these dolls?
I don't know, but then I was saying, you know what? But a brothel would be dirty too. How
That's
do you
what I was about to
disinfect?
say.
How do you disinfect the people at the brothel?
Oh.
So I guess it's dirty both ways, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Enough on that.
All right, and finally,
Make it good, Brad. You're on a roll here.
oh no, we don't have a finally. We have two more. We got two more. There's a polyamorous Florida woman with 4 boyfriends, and she's pregnant. She has 4 partners, and she says despite sharing her bed with her many lovers, she's certain of who the father is. Tori Ojeda, 20, lives with 3 of her 4 partners in their Jacksonville, Florida home. Mark, Travis, Ethan, and Christopher. They take turns spending time with Tori, swapping in and out of her bed each night.
Wow.
That's the woman that has all these men swooning on her.
Well, I mean, look at the men.
Y'all are judgy. Love
I'm
is
not
love.
judging.
Love is love.
I just asked, is that the woman?
Yeah, that seems to be her. All 4 of her partners just
Yes,
popped up
that's
on our
all
screen.
I asked. Well, apparently the lucky father's name is Chris.
Oh.
We know that because of the timing. Would you want to swap 4 different men in and out of your bed, Nesquik?
No, that is something I'm okay with not experiencing.
Would you want to have more than one male paramour?
No.
No,
but I'm always interested. So I watched Modern Love, which was on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy had 3 wives. And they were like in Utah or something like that. So it's funny to see that things like this happen in Florida. It could happen anywhere.
Right.
But like, how do you even think this conversation goes? Like, certainly interested in you, but I also need you to know that I have 3 other potentials. And we just all hang out
essentially,
like
that's
one
what
big
it
happy
is.
family. What's the conversation?
I have no idea.
That's probably that.
It's bizarre.
Well, I mean, if we switch the roles, was that something you would be into, Yo-Yo?
No.
Imagine you have to. It's like
That's a
catering
lot
to
of work.
4
First
different
of all,
people.
yeah, that's a lot of work. And no.
Well, they're sitting at that table like they're all just playing cards. Maybe the gentlemen all get along. That's usually how these.
I mean, I'm not judging them. You know, to each his own. Like I said, I always say that. To each his own. That's just not my own.
One big happy family. Look at them just playing poker.
And by the way, I have a couple more stories here I want to get through quickly. There's a Playboy tortoise. This tortoise has had so much sex that he has now been claimed to have saved his own species.
Listen.
Yes, he was the last, apparently, Diego, a womanizing tortoise whose rampant sex life single-handedly saved his entire species from extinction, has retired from his Playboy lifestyle.
Wow.
Diego's unstoppable libido was credited as a major reason for the survival of his fellow giant tortoises on Hispaniola, part of the Galapagos Islands, after being shipped over from the San Diego Zoo. When he started his campaign of promiscuity, there were just 2 males and 20 females of his species left alive on this world. But Diego had so much sex, he helped boost the population to over 2,000.
Wow.
I am certain, by the way,
Go, Diego.
that if this coronavirus spreads throughout the world like Contagion, and it's just Yo-Yo left,
I can
Yo-Yo
beat the Diego.
You'll have to save the
Yo-Yo will beat Diego in his own game. What do you think?
Use me.
You think
me.
Yo-Yo
You're
will beat?
welcome.
You think? So now there's about 1,800 tortoises have now been returned to Hispaniola, and now at the natural reproduction, they have now 2,000 tortoises.
That's amazing.
And finally, Diego can finally now go into retirement. A happy tortoise.
happy dad.
Who's to say that he does want to retire?
I don't know.
Slow and steady wins the
I
race.
don't know.
They say.
And finally, for all of you people who think we smile way too much on this show, it has been determined from a University of Milan study put out in December in Science Advances that ancient humans learn to smile, and it's in our DNA, so that they can attract people to have sex. Yes, a team of scientists is claiming that the kindness humans can show via facial expressions was actually the key factor in our evolution. They focused on genetic samples from Neanderthals, which showed that gene mutations may have led humans to self-select less aggressive mating partners. They added this led to self-domestication.
Okay.
Yes. This term is usually used to describe the process of wild animals adapting to life living with humans without direct selective breeding. So smiling was the ancient human being. Now we're all going to like frown now, right?
No, I mean
it was the
actually,
ancient human being's
Watch where
way.
you're smirking,
that
Yo-Yo.
actually kind of makes sense. I mean, because how do we flirt? We flirt with a little smile.
With a little
You know what I
smile.
mean? Like, so it makes
Charming.
sense. That's crazy that like we would still kind of use that from. I believe it. I mean, because I don't know if they had, any type of form of communication. I don't know if they had any type of language, but like it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Smile.
so-
I want sex.
Right. Keep keep smiling, Brad.
Are you smiling at the Brad Squad? Are you trying to tell them something?
There it is.
All right, let's go. That's the end of Hump Day.
All
Let's tell
right.
everybody what they need to do, and I get ready to answer some immigration questions.
Absolutely. All right, everybody on Facebook, first things first, it's time to start your watch parties.
Party time.
This is very important. We do this at this time for a reason, because this is how we get the show out and let everybody know that we're about to start answering questions. So all you have to do is click share, start a watch party, and click start. It takes the video from our page to your page, and you are the host. And what are we going to do on YouTube?
On YouTube, we're going to share as well. You can share your posts, but first, make sure that you're subscribed and the notification bell is on so you know when we are on live every day. So now that we're going to get to answering your immigration questions, let's get everyone to tune in. Share the posts. Same on Instagram, Brad Show Live. Slide into people's DMs and let them know that Brad is about to answer some immigration questions. Just like you need these questions answered, there's plenty of people that would love to know some of this information. We see it all the time on the show, Yo-Yo.
Yes, we
So
do.
share, share, share.
Yes.
Family and friends need to know all the information that's going to come from Brad.
Absolutely. And now it is time for you guys to call in and get the answers to your immigration questions.
All right, Ann in Atlanta, Georgia. Ann, how are you?
Hi, Brad. How
you
are
doing?
you?
Good, good. What's going on?
I'm fine. I would like to ask you a question. How can my husband go about to file tax paper with me jointly?
What do you mean, how could he go about it? You just do it. Is it that he doesn't have a social security number?
Yes, he do. He's a citizen, but I don't want to send in my passport
You don't want to send in your passport for what?
to the IRS because they say I should send my original passport.
For what purpose? To get a tax identification number? You don't have to send your original passport.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what.
what.
So you file a 1040 return
Yes, sir.
jointly, and you attach a W-7 form to it, which is a request for a taxpayer identification number.
Oh.
You don't send in your passport. That was just wrong advice. And if you're not sure how to
Okay,
do
so-
it, you could always call Carmel in my office. But it's a W-7 for a taxpayer identification number. You attach it to your 1040 return.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Sammy in Fremont, California. Sammy,
Hi, Brad.
how are you?
I'm good, Brad. How are you?
Good, good. What's going on?
Hey, so I have applied for asylum when I come to US.
Right.
So I came on student visa. Then I have applied after 2 years. I applied for asylum.
Right.
And I married to a citizen wife, and I got a green card recently.
Oh, great.
So I would like to visit India.
Can you visit India? You can
Yes.
you can visit India because you didn't get your green card through asylum, but just know that they still can question you when you come back in the airport and try to put you in deportation for fraud. So, I would be very concerned about traveling until you become a citizen to India.
Okay, so the thing is that the situations over there has been closed. Like there's no more.
Then there's no fraud. I'm just telling you what they could do. I'm not saying you committed fraud. I'm not saying that. I don't know what you even said in your application. It's very possible that what you said in your application was perfectly legit, and then now things have changed, which is why you didn't complete your asylum case and you decided to get your green card through your bona fide marriage. I mean, these are all things that you would explain if they ever say anything to you. I'm just saying there's always a possibility they can do it.
Okay, if they stopped it over there in the immigration, is there any chance that I can fight there, calling an attorney?
Yes, because they can't just summarily exclude you. That you would have to see a judge.
Oh, okay. So there is a chance they'll let me in.
Yes, they have to let you in to see a judge if they want to do anything to you.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And if there is a one more thing, like I can sponsor my parents with my conditional green card, my brother and my sister.
No, you have to be a citizen.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Grace in Brooklyn. Grace.
Yes. Hi, Brad. How
Hi,
are you?
Grace. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. Okay, Brad. As for my cousin, he has a case as asylum with withdrawal removal.
It's for your cousin. He had a case of asylum and what?
They call it withdrawal or removal.
They call it withdrawal.
Like after 10 years,
cancellation of removal.
Cancellation, yeah, I'm
yes,
sorry.
Okay, all right.
So I got a view of his case because every time I ask, it's always at the same point. So I want to double check, like the lawyer is doing fine for him, like he's following the correct process. These guys applied like back in 2012, I think, and the asylum was rejected. So he went into cancellation of removal. But he told me like the court they've been always rescheduled like 3-4 times just to see the judge. I don't know why.
I don't know either. But let me.
Right.
So what basically is if you've been in the United States for more than 10 years and you're a person of good moral character and there's an extreme and unusual hardship to your spouse or your children under 21, you could apply for cancellation or removal only when you see an immigration judge while you're in deportation or removal. Back in 2012, if you had a really, really strong case, meaning you know, a situation where, God forbid, you had a sick child that couldn't get treatment in another country, only here in America, and that child was a U.S. citizen, those are extreme and unusual hardships that you would say, okay, we're going to put you before a judge. And the easiest way to get you before a judge was to file an asylum application because you would get an interview quickly. And then from that asylum application, they would deny you and put you in removal. And now you're before a judge. You can't do that anymore. They don't allow you to do that anymore. But that's what they were doing back in 2012. So I understand what the lawyer did. They filed an asylum case just to get the guy in removal. It's a very risky proposition to do all of this. Because if you don't have an extraordinarily strong case, there's a possibility of losing and getting deported. So, the downside of doing this is you lose and you get deported. So, it's already done. He's already there. So, so I understand what the lawyer did. So let me just finish. And the thing is that he's gone to court 4 times and the case has been postponed. I don't know why. Unless I'm there or I go and look at the records, I wouldn't know why the case got postponed.
You always get like a new date, and those dates go like 2 years.
I know, but I don't know the reasons why this is all happening. So what I would suggest is you're in Brooklyn. Is your brother in the New York area?
No, but he told me the new thing is since his daughter turned 21, so she did petition. She petitioned for him.
Great. How did he come to the United States?
I'm sorry?
How did he come to America?
He came with a ship, I remember.
Okay,
he was a sailor.
So he still can't adjust his status here if he came as a sailor. He would have to do a provisional waiver, go home, and come back. He's in removal. So my opinion would be that he has a second lawyer take a look at everything that's going on. All right? So hold on one second. Let's go to Devin in Seattle. Devin.
Yeah.
Hi, Devin.
Hi, Brad.
What's going on?
Yeah. I have 2 questions. The first one is regarding the N-400. I am applying for citizenship right now, and on the question, have you ever failed to pay tax? I am not sure what to say. This is the situation. I did not file tax for 3 years, and that's because I was in college, and I made it very low for that year, or I didn't work at all. So recently,
the
IRS can have it under the record to file for those years.
Okay,
but I'm not sure if I should say yes or no.
So then you filed the tax return, so you complied with the law.
Okay.
All right.
Because it doesn't say by the due date. So
no. So you complied. It says, have you ever failed? And the answer is no, because you did it. Late, but you did it.
Yes. Okay. Now, my second question, if you don't mind, is on parking ticket. Now, I understand, and you've talked about this many times, that it's always better to disclose but I also want to make sure that I'm not going too far.
You're going too far with parking tickets. Don't worry about them.
Okay.
All right?
Wow, okay. All right. That was a quick response.
Okay. Yeah, well, I know. Parking tickets, it's a parking ticket, okay? Parked in the wrong spot doesn't make you a bad person.
Okay, well, but it says, have you ever been cited? So that's pretty much a citation. That's what I wasn't sure about if I should disclose or not.
Yeah, I don't think parking tickets is but you can if you want, but I wouldn't worry about it.
And it wasn't issued by an officer. This was in college, student workers. And
No, it's parking ticket. It's a parking ticket.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Let's go to Jerome in Queens. Jerome.
Hello, good night.
Hi, Jerome. How are you?
I'm all right. Question is, I'm a green card holder recently in the United States, and I filed the I-130 for my wife, who's in the Caribbean.
Okay.
I know the I-130, I-130.
I got it. And she's in the Caribbean.
Right.
And what's your question?
Right. And I received the I-797C.
Tell me what your question is.
The question is, how long do I have to wait?
When did you file? When did you file for her?
November 25th, 2019.
Okay, and so you only filed about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. You're going to wait at least 6-9 months, if not longer.
Okay. Are there any file that I may have to do? Are there any case that I may have to do after that?
Yeah, you have to do the affidavits of support and all the other applications at the National Visa Center.
Okay. So is it how many months?
6 to 12 months. It's maybe even longer because you're a resident, not a citizen, but somewhere in there. I said 6 to 9, but probably 6 to 12.
Okay, thank you very much.
Let's go to Mike in Charlotte. Mike. All right, see if someone can get back Mike on the phone. John in Oakland. John.
Yeah, hi, Brad. I came in 2005 legal with a visitor's visa. Then I went self-deported 2011, went back to my home country. Then I married my girlfriend. She's an American citizen, and I got my green card 2017. Does the 205 to like 2010, is that like my first admission? Like if I commit a crime, is that the...
What's 205, 210? I don't know what you mean by 205, 210.
When does the CMIT clock start ticking?
Do you have a criminal offense?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about what is this criminal offense that you have?
A DUI.
And when you got your green card, were they aware of this DUI?
No.
Okay, so that's your problem. Your problem is that you misrepresented facts when you got your green card. So if I were you...
No, I got the DUI after the green card.
When did you get your green card? Okay, when did you get your green card?
2017.
Okay, so it's from your admission as a green card holder, a crime of moral.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Because I came 2005 legal with the visitor visa.
Yeah, but it's from the 2017. They're going to start counting.
Sorry?
They're going to count from 2017. So if you have a crime of moral turpitude within your first 5 years of entry into America, that's a deportable offense. Whether or not your DUI is deportable or removable or crime of moral turpitude, I would have to look at it. But you're asking me if you are a removable alien, you're removable with a crime of moral turpitude that within the first 5 years of you having a green card, or your first 7 years of living in America. That's all from the time of when you got your green card in 2017, because you left the country in 2012. There was a 5 years you weren't here.
Yes, okay. All right.
Hold on. Let's go to Angela in Newark. Angela.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm doing the Violence Against Women Act, and I did it in 2018. However, I got pregnant and I just have baby like 5 months ago. Would that affect it?
Nope. As long as, you got pregnant well after, I assume, your marriage to your spouse broke up. It's fine.
Yes.
All right.
Is it a self-petition because I called over the phone and I couldn't get any info?
No, it doesn't affect your petition. The only thing that would affect your petition is three things. Are you in a bona fide marriage with your spouse? Were you in a bona fide marriage with your spouse? Was
Yes.
there physical abuse or extreme emotional abuse? Are you a person of good
Yes.
moral character? Has nothing to do with giving birth.
Okay,
All
thank
right?
you.
You're welcome. Let's see if we can find Mike back in North Carolina. Mike.
Hi,
Hi,
how are you doing?
Good. What's going on?
So I came to US in a F1 visa and married to a US citizen. And later on the interview, she withdrew the case as saying not a bona fide marriage. And now I have filed I-360 and waiting for approval. It's pending from 2 years. And now my sister is planning to apply for F1 visa. And do you think she will get the visa, or she need to come to? She has the B1, B2, and already she visited the US already.
What is your VAWA case have to do with your sister getting a student visa?
Yes, I applied VAWA visa against my wife.
But what does that
And
have
my
to do with
sister-
your sister getting a student visa?
Yeah, because I am her brother, and will that affect her visa interview? Because they will see.
It's possible. I mean, it's possible that they would say, "Well, your brother overstayed, you'll overstay." I mean, anything is possible. They take everything into consideration.
Okay, it's better for her to come to US as a visitor visa and convert her status here, or attend an interview there.
I don't know enough about her case. She would need to have a consultation with me. I guess the concern would be if she gets turned down for her student visa, wherever country she's in, they could take away her visitor's visa too. However, if she comes to the United States as a visitor and then waits 90 days and then applies for the change of status to a student, she would have to extend her visitor's visa. She would have to extend. She wouldn't get into school for a good 6-9 months, and then she just gets a change of status. If she ever wanted to travel, she would still have to go back to this embassy, get a visa, and come back. So to me, I would go into the embassy and get a visa for a student visa if that's really what she wants. She's there already. But if she wants to have a consultation with me, we can go over the pros and cons, and I can find out more about her case. I'm happy to do that. So hold on. All right. With that being said, in today's Spar Bernstein Attorney Close-Up, partner and personal injury attorney Moshe the Bulldozer Baruch talks about his family's immigration story and how that history has inspired him in his career. Let's watch.
Hello everybody, my name is Moshe Baruch, an attorney and partner at the law offices of Spar Bernstein. As an immigrant from the former Soviet Union, I take pride as a personal injury attorney representing other immigrants here in the state of New York. Even as an undocumented person here in the state of New York, your rights are exactly the same as those who are documented citizens. You have absolutely nothing to worry about if you are injured as a result of somebody else's negligence. At Spar Bernstein, not only do we have personal injury lawyers, but we also have immigration lawyers to protect your immigration status. As an immigrant from the former Soviet Union, I can understand the struggles and consequences of moving from one country to the next, which is why I personally became an attorney to make sure that other people's rights were protected. Coming from the former Soviet Union was very difficult for me and my family. We were persecuted for merely trying to express our religious beliefs. Now, as an attorney, I make sure that my clients do not have to go through that.
All right. Sharon in Atlanta, Georgia. Sharon.
Hello, Mr. Brad. Good
Hi, how are you?
evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I have two questions for you. The first one is, I'm married to a U.S. citizen, and I received my 2-year green card, and it gets expired.
Right.
And we applied over. They sent me to do biometric, and they sent me a letter saying that I have 18 months extension.
Great.
But 18 months extension. Yeah, but I have a family member that passed away in Jamaica.
So go
And I
travel.
wanted to go to the funeral. But do I need to go and get a stamp in my passport? or just
No.
let it-
If you're within that 18 months, you travel with your valid passport, the expired green card, and that letter, and that's fine.
Okay. And the second question is that my daughter is in college, right?
Right.
But we do that student loan. Will that affect us when we have to go back for interview?
No.
Okay. Thank you,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Brad.
Let's go to Brian in South Boston, Virginia. Brian.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, how are you?
I have a question. I'm good. I'm gonna have a question real quick. In fact, two questions. One is if I'm on the process of divorcing my wife, but since we filed together, can I just walk into the interview and say they can change my joint I-751 to waiver?
You can, but you better bring a divorce with you and be prepared to prove it's a bona fide marriage. But I would let immigration know in advance. I wouldn't just walk in and wait for the interview.
Obviously, yes.
All right.
And the second question is, I have my conditional green card for almost 4 years. It will be 5 years after November.
Wait. You can, but wait to file to remove the conditions. That's what I would do.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Irvin in Long Island. Irvin.
Hi, how are you, Brad? Hello?
Good. How you doing?
Good. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I'm a lawful permanent resident right now, but I did marry I married a U.S. citizen,
right.
But I had a son that was in Haiti, but her mom brought her to the country. They crossed the border, but I filed for him before, but they had to wait for the interview in Haiti. But somehow her mom brought it here, so I don't know how I can take over that case so I can give him that papers.
All right. So what do you mean somehow the mom brought him here? How did he come to America?
And they crossed the border.
Okay. How old is this kid now?
And 6.
6 years old. And you're a citizen or a resident?
Resident.
Okay. And how did you get your green card?
Marriage.
Through marriage. Where is the mother now?
And she's in California with her.
Okay. And where's the child?
He's still with the mom.
All right. So what do you want to do? The mom has the kid. What do you want to do?
So since I started to give him the paper, to brought him here, but I was gonna give him the paper.
It's not to give him the paper. He can't adjust his status here because he has no legal entry. So he would have to go back to Haiti to pick up a green card and come back. It's not his fault he came as a 6-year-old. It's mother's fault. Smuggled him in or whatever the mother did. But you got it. But you got to speak to the mother. I mean, the mother just did this without even your permission. So it's not what you can do. Right now, the kid's with the mother. Mother has custody of this child. So what you can do is either speak to the mother and say, bring the kid over to me and let me finish processing for the green card, or go to California and try to get custody of this kid, or speak to the mother and say, I'm going to complete this case, but you got to bring the kid back to Haiti.
Yeah, but when I call USCIS, they say it's okay. I can take the kid and go to Haiti with.
Well, that's what I just told you, but you don't have the kid.
Yeah, but I can still go get it.
All right, so go get the child. Mother, so the answer is yes. But I just told you have to bring the child back to Haiti.
So it's not a problem when I come back with him because he had a legal entry at the first time?
No, because he was 6 years old. Can't hold a 6-year-old responsible. Blame the mom. She's in trouble, not the kid.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Hold on. Let's go. Let's see who this is. Let's go to Terry Ann in Rochester, New York. Terry Ann.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Yes.
I got rejected the other day for insufficient funds, and I got 3 letters stating that I need to pay a $30 fee. And I was just wondering, is it $30 per form or just $30? Because whenever I called immigration, they tell me pay the 30 per form, and then they tell me pay 30. So I'm not sure.
Whatever is on your application. I don't know how many checks bounced.
Just one.
So then just $30. It sounds like to me. Follow the instructions on the form. I don't get back. I don't bounce checks, so I never saw a bounce check thing come back, so I don't know what it would say. Just follow the instructions.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Richard in the Bronx. Richard.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good. I have a question. On Thursday, I received an email that my wife's I-130 was approved.
Uh-huh.
On Friday, I did my citizenship.
Great.
And I got my naturalization certificate.
Wonderful.
Yeah. What I'd like to know is that her daughter is a derivative on her petition. Do I need to sign a separate
You need to send a separate I-130 now for the daughter, yeah.
So would that hold up my wife's I-130?
It's not going to hold up your wife, but the daughter will be left behind. because she's about 6-9 months behind. But get it done.
Wow, is there any way I could
No. What you should have done was file. If you know you're going to become a citizen, you should have filed separate I-130s, knowing that the daughter was going to fall off. Get that I-130 filed as quickly as possible.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. With that said, got to remind everybody about Instagram and our contest. Yeah. First of all, if you did not get a chance to get your immigration questions answered, and you don't get your questions answered in our social media round, you could always drop me a DM on my Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein. If I know who you are, I've seen your face, you look familiar to me, I'm most likely, or 100% likely, I'm going to help you or try to answer your question to the best of my ability. I'll either tell you yes, no, give you a short answer, or tell you it's way too complicated, you need a consultation, or your case is so screwed up, you need a consultation. I would say about 7 or 8 out of 10 times, I just help the person. My pleasure. So all you got to do is follow me at Real Brad Bernstein, drop me a DM, like a picture or two if you want to. You can also follow us at Brad Show Live. See the best content from Brad Show Live, all our best produced pieces, a lot of our schmooze, a lot of me answering questions on telephone, a lot of me answering social media, and a lot of the fun stuff that we do here, all in small, little, biteable size videos and pictures. And also, when you follow us at Brad Show Live, every week on Wednesday, we are going to be pulling out of our machine and giving away a free consultation with me, a value of $200. Last week, we told everybody, follow Brad Show Live, like the picture of me schmoozing, talking about Liberian amnesty, tag 5 friends in that post, and you'll be entered in the machine. And a total, you would think hundreds of people would want to do this.
Right.
A total of 7 people did this. So, wow. So you have everyone who entered has at least a 15% chance of winning a free consultation with me.
Do they know the value of this consultation so that we have more people enter?
Perhaps they don't. Maybe they don't understand the value of $200.
Guys, everyone comes, Brad Squad, let's focus really quickly. So we get on here, we answer all these questions. On our social media, you'll see plenty of different moments where Brad answers immigration questions, but you can get more time with him with this consultation valued at $200.
Correct.
And right now we have 7 entries.
Correct. It's so sad, but happy for the 7.
This is the saddest
machine we've ever seen.
I've never seen it this small.
But I'm happy for the 7 people who did it because they really need the help.
That's
so
good.
Why don't you do the machine and let Yo-Yo pick the winner?
Rolling.
All right.
Rolling.
When you feel it's rolled enough, that's quick.
Right.
Do you feel it's been rolled enough?
That feels right.
Okay. Yo-Yo, can you stick one of your hands in there? Don't get it bitten off.
I know.
All right, and pick it up.
Oh,
there you go. All right, and see who you got. Only one.
All right.
Only one. The winner of the free consultation, Wednesday free consultation is...
Chocolate Diva Lexi.
All right, congratulations. All you need to do is, what do you need to do? Drop a DM on Brad Show Live in our that you are the winner. Give us your telephone number. We'll call you tomorrow to set that up.
I like that name, Chocolate Diva Lexi.
All right.
Chocolate
now
Diva Lexi.
we have a new Instagram game. Here, give me this.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks for the hand, Brad.
You're very welcome. We'll put this down here. Okay, so we're gonna put the new post up right now. There is the post.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, if you want to get entered, enrolled, or be a chance to win a $200 consultation with me next week on Wednesday, we are going to pick out of the machine somebody who follows Brad Show Live on Instagram, somebody who likes this particular post, and tags 5 of their friends.
So what exactly is that post?
Where exactly is that post? I don't know, but...
It'll be on our feed.
It's on Instagram. It's on Brad Show Live Instagram.
Well,
to
only make it fair, at the end of the show, we're going to add this. We're going to add this.
Is it there?
I don't see that picture, so I
don't
just
see
want
that
to. I want to
picture?
make sure they
Let
know
me
what's
look.
the caption about too. So
Let me look and see. Let's see. Guess what?
It's not on yet.
It is not on yet.
So then,
we we are going to make you work because it's going to go up in about 15 minutes.
Right. Okay.
All right, we'll announce it again at the end of the show. Thank you for checking on that.
Cool.
All right, and Vanessa and Jonathan.
Alrighty, squad. So if you're all ready, first things first, you have to follow us at Brad Show Live. And then as individuals, you can find me at Vanessa.Contreras TV.
Yes, and you can find me at Jonathan Elias TV.
All right, so whether you are either a lawful or non-lawful permanent resident in removal proceedings, a cancellation or removal may be an avenue to keep you with your family in the United States. We talked about that. There was even a question by Grace from Brooklyn about cancellation or removal. So Spar Bernstein's immigration attorney, Janelle Baptiste, joined me to discuss what is cancellation or removal and how it works. Let's watch. Most people do not realize that even if they're a green card holder in the United States, they could still be put in removal proceedings that will ultimately lead to deportation if they're convicted of certain crimes that are deportable. If a green card holder finds themselves in removal proceedings, they may be eligible for a form of relief called cancellation of removal for a lawful permanent resident. If you are not a green card holder, you would be eligible for a form of relief called cancellation of removal for a non-lawful permanent resident. Those are two different rules and two different types of cases. Here to break it all down for us is our one and only fabulous immigration attorney, Janelle Baptiste. How are you?
I'm very good, Brad. Thank you.
So there is cancellation of removal for non-LPRs. There's cancellation of removal for LPRs, LPRs being lawful permanent residents, non-LPRs meaning somebody who has no legal status. And before I even ask you what the difference is and what we need to be able to prove, people say, well, what can I do if I'm in deportation? There's 4 different general things in immigration attorney. I mean, there's lots of different things you can do, but the 4 different things you can yell and scream about in deportation is don't deport me, I'm not deportable. Don't deport me, I'm not a U.S. citizen. There's actually 5. Don't deport me, I have a hardship, which would be your cancellation of removal for a lawful permanent resident, your cancellation of removal for a non-lawful permanent resident, used to be called 212C waivers, which still exist, or some sort of 212H waiver, but some sort of form of hardship to remain here in the United States, or I'm eligible for my green card, don't deport me, or finally, my life is in danger if I get sent home, which would be your asylum, your convention against torture, your withholding of removal. But basically, your cases break down into one of those 5. Today, we're going to be talking about the hardship waivers, and the most typical ones are your cancellation of removal for lawful permanent residents and your cancellation of removal for non-lawful permanent residents. Janelle, tell us what is cancellation of removal, and tell us what you need to do to prove if you have a green card holder for cancellation of removal, and what you need to prove if you are not a green card holder for cancellation of removal.
So, as you mentioned, there are 2 different forms of obtaining cancellation of removal in court. So let's start with the first, which is for people who are not lawful permanent residents. If you are not a lawful permanent resident, meaning that you're somebody that doesn't have a green card in the United States or a lawful status in the United States, you can actually obtain a green card in removal proceedings by demonstrating that a relative of yours, namely U.S. citizen spouse or U.S. citizen children, would suffer an extreme hardship if you were not permitted to remain in the United States.
I see a lot of clients, they come in, they say, I heard if I've been here for 10 years, I could apply for a green card. And that's lawyer applied for a green card because they say I'm here for 10 years. What that lawyer's doing, or what your friend told you to do, is apply for cancellation or removal for a non-lawful permanent resident. Problem being is that if you're not in removal, you would have to place yourself in deportation to do this, which runs into a lot of sticky situations that you're placing yourself in deportation, and if you lose your case, you're going to get deported. These are things that you do when you are already in deportation. You are here out of status, you have no legal status, I've been here for more than 10 years, and there would be a hardship, an extreme and unusual hardship, to my U.S. citizen parent, my U.S. citizen child, my U.S. citizen spouse. Is that all you need to do?
You also need to demonstrate that you've been living in the United States for 10 years prior to receiving what's called a notice to appear, which is the document that tells you you need to come to court.
How do you prove that?
There are many ways you can prove it. You can get a letter of employment from your employer, of course. You can show rent receipts for the past 10 years. If you are paying taxes, you could submit those to demonstrate that you've been living in the United States for the past 10 years. If you're unsure as to how you can demonstrate proof of residence, we here at Spar Bernstein, we handle these cases all the time.
I've been here for more than 10 years. I got some children here. I got my parent here. Am I okay? Am I going to get deported? Or am I not going to get deported? Is there anything else I need to do?
Well, we also need to show the extreme hardship, right? So we need to demonstrate why your loved one, being, again, your spouse, your parent, or your child would suffer an extreme hardship. So if there are any medical conditions they have, if there are any psychological or psychiatric conditions they have, that's helpful as well.
I understand that there's certain situations where a person who has been here for more than 10 years still would not become eligible for a green card because they're out of status, but maybe they committed certain crimes that now would prevent them from getting a green card. And it makes a big difference what type of crime you committed and when that crime was committed. Let's talk about that for a second.
There are certain types of crimes that trigger the stop time rule. So the first is an aggravated felony. An aggravated felony is a crime that's considered to be very, very serious by immigration that prevents somebody from being able to obtain a green card. So for example, murder, rape,
sale of drugs.
And
it really doesn't matter when that crime was committed. You're going to get deported no matter what. You're not eligible for cancellation or removal. So you have your parent or your child or your spouse, and you've shown you've been here for 10 years, and you show extreme hardship to that child or parent, but still there's other things that may prevent you from getting cancellation or removal for a non-lawful permanent resident. For example, certain crimes you commit, and those crimes may prevent you from becoming eligible for cancellation or removal for a non-lawful permanent resident because the specific of that crime, such as an aggravated felony, or if you have certain crimes that were committed within the first 10 years of your entry into the United States of America, of you residing in the United States of America. Talk to us about what this is, the bar for aggravated felonies, and then there's also a bar under this, what's called the stop time rule.
So as you mentioned, aggravated felonies are crimes that are considered to be particularly offensive to immigration that prevent you from getting a green card in most situations. So for example, murder, rape, fraud over amounts more than $10,000.
Sale of drugs. Any aggravated felony, and there's a whole list of them, would prevent you from being eligible for cancellation of non-lawful permanent residence. And those are serious crimes. And if you have been convicted of those crimes, unless you're going to get something called withholding of removal, it's highly unlikely that you would win your deportation case. There's other crimes, less minor crimes, that happened within your first 10 years of residing in the United States that may prevent you from filing cancellation for non-lawful permanent residence. Let's talk about that.
As Brad mentioned, I mean, if you've been living in the United States for 10 years and unfortunately you committed a crime during that 10-year period before you received the notice to appear, that can trigger the stop time rule. So as we mentioned before, in order to qualify for non-lawful permanent resident cancellation of removal, you need to demonstrate that you've lived in the United States for 10 years. If, let's say, you enter in 2010 and then commit this crime in 2012, as far as the court sees it, you've only been here for 2 years, so you don't qualify for cancellation of removal.
Now, there's different rules if you're a green card holder. They still call it cancellation removal, but it's completely different rules. Let's talk about the rules that you're going to be able to fit into this cancellation of removal for a lawful permanent resident so you can make that application to keep your green card if you're put in removal based on hardship.
Lawful permanent residents might find themselves in positions where they're arrested for something and have been placed in removal proceedings. You're able to keep your green card by demonstrating that your U.S. citizen family member would suffer if you weren't permitted to remain in the United States. Also, if you have had your green card for 5 years, resided in the United States continuously for 7 years. Importantly, for that 7 years, again, you need to demonstrate that you did not commit a triggering crime during that 7-year period so that you have that continuous residence for that period.
So let's break it down. You've been living in the United States for more than 7 years. Living in the United States starts when you entered on a visa or when you got your green card if you entered without inspection. Having a green card for 5 years is having a green card for 5 years. That's straight up. Showing you're a person now of good moral character, and in the end, you deserve to stay here. So what does deserve to stay here? All the good reasons to stay here on one hand, your family, your job, your remorse for whatever crime you committed, and all the bad reasons to deport you, which is the crime. And they weigh it. They weigh it. It's the good better than the bad. If you have good lawyers, they'll be able to prove the good is better than the bad. So there's a big difference between cancellation or removal for a lawful permanent resident versus cancellation of removal for a non-lawful permanent resident. The biggest difference is the time frame, as well as for cancellation or removal for non-lawful permanent residents, you got to prove extreme hardship to your family, which is not really required, but certainly you can show as part of the reasons to stay here for cancellation or removal for a lawful permanent resident. Janelle, tell us a little bit about a success story that you had where somebody was put in removal and you were able to save them with a cancellation or removal case.
So I had a client who was a lawful permanent resident, but had a couple of minor arrests that put him in removal proceedings. Unfortunately, he had won a honeymoon with his wife to go to St. Lucia via a game show.
I like St. Lucia,
yes.
Very pretty island. I was just there last year.
And on his way back into the country, he was issued an NTA because of these arrests. Fortunately, I was able to demonstrate that he was a person of good moral character. We were able to get letters from his employer, from family members, from his ex-wife, as well as demonstrate that his father, wasn't in the best of health and would have issues if he weren't permitted to remain in the United States.
And what was the end result?
He was granted lawful permanent
That's
resident.
fantastic. Great job. And thank you very much, Janelle, for coming on and breaking all of this down for us. I really appreciate it. Excellent job, and you do an excellent job here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right, we got to do something we like to call social media check-in. Let's check in with this Cricket Yo-Yo. What do we got?
Alrighty, first one I have here is from Raul in Houston, Texas. I am a U.S. citizen adjusting my wife's status in I-485. His question says, we got approval notices on EAD and AP based on adjustment of status on December 5th in the mail after being approved for both on December 2nd. However, the next day on December 6th, we got an EAD card with no AP reference on it. It says not valid for re-entry to the U.S. Will our advanced parole come after or is it supposed to be a combo card?
Sometimes it comes as a combo card. Sometimes they send it separate.
All right. So this is a follow-up from a question that you already asked. And these first 5 questions that are coming out are coming from our VIP fan page that you guys need to join in order to get this. They want to know, is it a big issue that her and her ex-husband are not sleeping in the same room but living together in their married life was bona fide? So I think it's to go in for the interview.
For which interview?
It doesn't say because we answered it, but like...
I guess, I don't know what interview it is, but it depends what interview. If it's an interview to remove the conditions of your permanent residence, you just have to prove that you intended to enter into a bona fide marriage. That would be okay. If it's an interview for your citizenship, then no, that would not be okay because you have to prove you're in a bona fide marriage at the moment you go on your citizenship interview. So it depends what the interview is.
Okay, next one comes from Anson Andel, and he says, I overstayed my B1 visa, got arrested, and was placed in removal proceedings. I missed the court date due to a change of address. I am married to a U.S. citizen now. What is the next step to adjusting my status?
You missed the court date. Go deal with your court date first before you adjust your status. It sounds like a warrant out for your arrest.
Jamana saying, after 18 months extension, I did an I-551 stamp on my passport 1 week ago. Now, how long do I have to wait for my green card approval?
If the I-551 stamp is in the passport, and what kind of application did she do?
Just I-751. No, it just says the green card approval. So
if you have an I-551 stamp, you have a green card. You may not have the physical green card in the mail. So I'm sure it'll be mailed to you shortly.
Okay.
This one comes from Karina Fung. It says, hey, Brad, if your passport is expired, what will happen if you go to your biometric appointment? Will they reschedule you when it's renewed?
No,
By the way, that's my only ID.
Yeah, they should accept the expired passport.
Okay, Nat Smiling saying, do I have to send job offer letters to F4 categories for my siblings, or is affidavit enough to cover them for their upcoming visa interview?
Job offers would be helpful.
Next one says, my interview officer said that I can either apply for removal of conditions or apply for citizenship because I got married with her. I've been married for 3 years and I got an interview exactly on the 18th month of marriage.
You have to remove the conditions first.
Drew Berry is saying, my lawyer suggests that when I give my bank statement copies at the interview, I should cross out my account number. Need your advice. Should I?
If you think the officer's going to steal your account, yeah. I mean, I don't,
Bob S.
I've never seen it happen, but I guess anything is possible.
This one comes from Bob S. He asks, I got conditional green card through my citizen wife. Am I able to sponsor a green card to my parents and unmarried brother with age 30?
No, you got to be a citizen.
Tanisha wants to know, I'm confused. I got married June 2018, and I got my working card January 2019, and the interview is May 2019, and I haven't received my green card.
Maybe you didn't get approved for your green card. Maybe they're investigating. Maybe your fingerprints didn't clear. Maybe the officer lost your file. Lots of reasons why it didn't happen. Maybe you need a lawyer. That would unconfuse you.
And also, the husband said he doesn't want to be in a relationship anymore.
Maybe they don't even believe it's a real marriage. I don't know.
Should they start divorcing?
I think she should come see a lawyer.
Yeah.
Before, three sentences, and I should advise her to get a divorce.
Yeah. Right. Get a lawyer.
Don't you think you would need to speak to a lawyer?
Absolutely.
Navneet Singh asks, petty theft dismissed after diversion program and happened 6 years back. Does that impact my green card application? Asking for my wife since it happened with her. A
diversion program is not a criminal offense, but you still have to admit that it happened, but it happened more than 6 years ago, so you're okay. Naveed
said, my friend, F2B beneficiary, got a letter from NVC to submit documents like I-864, PCC, etc. before and in this time period. If he gets married, can he still request for an immigrant visa? Any option?
Wait. Who's filing for who?
Just says that a friend is the F2B beneficiary.
Oh, okay, F2B, got it. The answer is no. If you get married, that's the end of the case. Mm-hmm. Because an F2B is an unmarried adult son or daughter of a lawful permanent resident. There is no category for married adult son or daughter of permanent resident.
Last one comes from Jacqueline Campbell, and she asks, my brother got a working permit, but his first name is spelled incorrectly with an E instead of an A. What should he do?
Either work with the wrong name and get a social security number with the wrong name, or return the work permit and then wait another 6 months. Oh. What a horrible thing that is to do.
Yikes.
Yes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I don't know if you remember this, Jonathan. We're revisiting the time when you met a young lady named Cindy Hot Chocolate.
I sure do.
Right, who gave him a run for his money. Gave baby boy a run for his money.
I would love to see that.
Now, Cindy Hot Chocolate was with her good friend Nigel Docta Gel Dunkley, a first-generation Jamaican and Trinidadian who overcame a speech impediment. You may also recognize Cindy and Nigel from the Steve Harvey Show and Live at the Apollo. Let's watch.
What's up, Brad Squad? So today I have an amazing treat for you. You may recognize him off a little show called Steve Harvey or Live at the Apollo. If not that, on YouTube or the streets of New York, I have Nigel Dunkley here with Cindy Hot Chocolate.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm so excited, you guys. Nigel is actually first generation Trinidadian Jamaican-American.
That's right.
Yes, and he's proud of that. We're going to talk about his immigration story and, of course, how he turned a hobby into his destiny. What's up?
Yeah, I'm good.
She's just staring at me.
Yeah, who are you? How do you know him? I just went to the Brad show. We're here. Right now? Yes. Who are you?
I'm Jonathan Elias.
What? City
Jonathan.
That's different. Jonathan.
Yeah. And what's your name? Can you introduce yourself?
Cindy Hot Chocolate. But it's pronounced like this. Cindy Hot Chocolate.
Oh! So Cindy, where's Cindy Hot Chocolate actually from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
You from Brooklyn? You a BK girl?
That's right.
That's why.
In between Brownsville and East New York is a small section of Brooklyn.
Oh.
Oaksville, something. Yeah, that's where she's from.
Ah, okay. You rep it hard too, huh? Okay, I like that. So I know that a lot of our viewers are going to be wondering, how did this sassy young lady come about?
Well, it's a long story, huh? I keep it short. I first found out about ventriloquism through an encyclopedia. A couple years later, when YouTube came out, I watched some videos and I based it on a friend of mine who I dated, and she inspired me. Her character was so hilarious.
So you based off his ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, basically, you know, that's how it goes.
All right, so let us know about Cindy Hot Chocolate's character.
Very sarcastic, very inquisitive, and she's very, at times she could be humble too. Humble. I'm not that cocky. I'm not saying you're cocky, but sometimes you can be a little bit obnoxious. That changes all the time. Yeah, she evolved, and her character has become my top-notch character, my signature character.
Yeah.
And everybody loves her.
I love her. You're
I
real.
like your shirt.
Thank you, baby.
It's so Afrocentric.
It is Afrocentric, and I like your hair.
I use it again, Jonathan.
Jonathan, yeah.
I like that. This is so uncomfortable. Sit up, properly. Sit up, man.
Yeah, have it. You stand up. You feel better now? Let me see a little move. Oh, okay. Oh.
That's a shout out to my Caribbean culture.
Exactly.
Half Trini, half Jamaican. Shout out to my parents.
Yeah, so tell me more about your immigration story.
Yeah, I'm a first-generation American, born in Queens. My mom's from Trinidad and Tobago. My dad's Jamaican. They really, taught me, core values, working hard, raising me to be a good person, good citizen. I said, why not do a show for the community, for the world, and just make the world laugh and make it a better place.
Absolutely. So
that is so sweet.
That is. Does she come from that same descent? Is she Jamaican?
Well, her story. Where are you from exactly? Well, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Where's your grandma from? Do I gotta go that far? She's a little bit secretive, though.
Yeah, she is.
Next question, please.
Well, do you have any other puppets that you work with?
Yeah, I got 4 other characters. I got Cindy, other characters. Excuse me. Oh, I got other characters. I got a dragon named Charcoal.
Okay.
I got an elderly man named Mr. Clyde. I have a foreign exchange student from the Far East, Mr. Santoko. And I have Cindy's blood relative, Doranzo. He's a hustler in his own right.
How do people react to Cindy?
It's weird. I get a lot of reactions.
Yeah?
I got a lot of stalkers too.
Do you? Yeah, from your YouTube videos.
I think I see some right now.
Oh yeah? The
Really?
people watch?
You don't see that girl right there? Hey, no point, okay? Yeah, I get a lot of strange reactions. Most of the time it's positive.
Who are some of your ventriloquist idols?
By far, I gotta give a shout out to Willie Tyler and Lester. He's one of the pioneer ventriloquists of color. Of course, Jeff Dunham, David Strassman. A lot of inspirations come from, regular comedians. Like Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Robert Williams, rest in peace. Jim Carrey, their animation, their energy have impacted me to be a comedian in my own right.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I do want to know, where do you guys perform?
We started doing shows at a kid show. We do a lot of kid shows, private shows, nursing homes. We do local comedy in Brooklyn. I'm trying to get more into the Manhattan scene.
Okay.
The best part about doing comedy, you get to meet so many different talents, and you get to network, and they spread your word around, and you get to build yourself through experience.
Yeah, like I said in your intro, Steve Harvey show.
Yeah,
Apollo,
that was amazing.
live at the Apollo. That's huge. How was those experiences?
Steve Harvey experience was out of this world.
Yeah.
And it happened so fast. It caught me off guard because first of all, I didn't apply to be on the Steve Harvey show.
Wow.
He found me.
Wow.
He found me interesting, and he wanted to give me a chance to be on national TV.
I love it.
Shout out to Steve Harvey for giving me the chance. He got me, and from that show, he invited me to perform at Showtime at the Apollo, that Christmas special. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
I'm forever grateful. That's like one of my biggest highlights of my career so
Absolutely.
far.
Any other shows that you would try and get on? I mean, I see you on Ellen, honestly. I think that was...
That would be a life changer for me.
Absolutely. So I do want to know, how do you come up with these concepts and ideas for your videos?
I get a lot of inspiration from real life situations, family, real life drama. Exactly. I'll be honest, most of my act is improv because I do stuff on the street.
Yeah.
So I'm working on actually writing stuff that's more sustainable and more concrete.
We are a show of encouraging and trying to make dreams come true. You overcame a hurdle of a speech impediment, right?
Yeah.
I would love for you to give any words of encouragement to anybody that's watching.
Just do it.
Yes.
Want to hate and just do it.
Yes.
Who cares about your haters? Yeah, just take your time and find ways that make you want to express yourself. Like my passion is to make people laugh. Turn that into a specialty that you can do. Always have faith in yourself at the end of the day, because if you don't like yourself, who will? You gotta have self-confidence.
This is so true. I do want everybody to know where you can, where they can find your videos and where they can see you perform as well.
Cool. You can find me on YouTube. The link is This Is Gel Town. My Instagram and my Twitter and my Snapchat is Docta Gel, DOCTA _GEL. If anything, you hashtag Cindy Hot Chocolate, you find her, you'll find me.
Absolutely.
Cindy with a C. Say it. CINDIHOTCHOCLA.
Before we go, I just want to see any moves you got.
1, 2. It's her 3 top moves. This one. This one. This one.
Yeah.
This one. I got one more too. What's that? Can I do it here? You can do it. Let's make it clean. Can I do it? One time.
Oh! So we call that on the Brad Show Live, we call that the Brad twerk. Can I see you twerk one more time?
He got, oh God. Here it goes. Isn't that crazy?
That was amazing. Thank you guys so much.
This is so good. Thank you guys.
Did you enjoy yourself?
This was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Out of this world. Thank you, Brad Show.
Yes, thank you guys so much for coming.
Definitely.
And just telling your story. It's so empowering and inspiring.
Yeah, man, you gotta make it happen. Every day's a new day. You gotta, let's celebrate life.
There you have it, Brad Squad. Just do it. That's what Cindy Hot Chocolate said. Back to the
All right, that was awesome. Fun. That looked fun. Yeah,
she was funny.
That was one of my look.
Vanessa was
really into
Nesquik was laughing the whole time.
It was one of my favorite interviews that I did. Like I really enjoyed it.
Felt like she was one of my homegirls.
Right?
Like, I want to be her friend.
Yeah, I felt like she was real.
Meanwhile, I just want to remind everybody, or let everybody know, announce that we do have our post up for the free consultation on @Bradshaw Live on Instagram right now. I see Cordella Douglas has put in for 3 names. She's getting it in 3 times into the machine already.
Nice.
Yeah. Because she tagged 15 people. I don't know if anybody else tagged anybody. Maybe somebody else tagged.
Yeah, there's one other entry right now.
There's one other entry right now. Let's see who that is. That's Shay Dara.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shay Dara tagged 5 of her friends. Okay. So 4 people are being put in the machine right now. 3 Cordellas.
Yeah.
And 1 Shay Dara. We're going to pull out of the machine next week. You have exactly 6 days, 22 hours, and a few minutes to still follow @Bradshaw Live on Instagram. Find the post giving away the free consultation, and then tagging 5 of your friends to be entered into our machine to get pulled out to get a chance to win.
And
Jonathan, you had something else
I do want to say, I did see some comments saying that, hey, I don't have IG or I don't have that many friends. Let me tell you, that is nothing but an excuse. Excuses are tools of the incompetent used to build monuments of nothingness. You could easily make...
Be smart. Be smart and figure it out.
I'm saying you could easily make a free account. You can easily get 5 friends. It literally, if you connect your Facebook to your Instagram right when you start that first profile, you will at least get 20 right away.
And by the way, you don't on Instagram. You could tag people that don't follow you.
Exactly.
Or just tag anybody. Tag
It doesn't matter.
Tag Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Tag Jennifer Aniston. Tag Rihanna.
Well, we actually want them to actually follow the page. So
Yeah,
tag people that will
tag people. Don't tag celebrities that don't watch Brad Show Live.
Yeah. So no excuse. All right.
You just gave a whole social media spiel. Squad,
Yes.
if you are not on Instagram, you should be.
Basically,
You have to be now.
And it helps. It helps grow. You know, we have to help each other. We have to help this show grow, and that's another way to do it. Cool.
And it helps your chances to win that free consultation.
Easy chance.
All right, let's do speed round. We're going to answer 10 questions in 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Yep. I don't feel like blowing up the studio today.
I don't either, and I feel like we're gonna get it today. Okay.
All right, you ready?
Gonna get it.
Let's go.
State of Mind says Medicaid pays for my Medicare premium. Is that considered public charge?
Yes.
Asset Lindo says, Brad, can someone who is receiving Social Security provide for an affidavit of support?
Yes.
Toya says, can a CR filed for her over 18 and under 21-year-old child?
Yes.
Is it safe for someone to travel on a visitor's visa to New York and then book another flight to another state?
Yes.
Sinforoso says, I was married to a permanent resident holder last December 11, 2019. May I file, or can I file the I-130 or change the status?
Yeah, you file the I-130.
Applying for K-1 is risky in 2020 just because it's a non-immigrant visa?
No.
Rolex saying, after being approved, what happens next?
Approved for what?
So, no.
Okay, so how quick is it for kids under 6 to get their green card?
Depends who's filing for them.
Felana is saying, when can I get my SSN? Still biometrics, end of January.
You get your SSN after you get your work permit, which will be about 3 to 4 months after biometrics.
Nicole Headley asks, my son will be 19 this year. I'm getting married in June. Can I still sponsor my son?
No, you have to wait to get a green card.
Is VAWA still operational?
Yes.
We did it!
We did, yeah, but just because we kind of
had
skipped
one that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, but so
what was that question again? It was like,
what happens after you get approved? Approved for what?
I don't know. What happens? I don't know. What happens when you get out of bed in the morning?
Listen, we did that.
That's a
told you I didn't feel like blowing things up today.
Yo, what happens after you get out of bed in the morning?
It depends on what the day is.
Exactly. It depends on what you're filing. I have no idea.
Awesome.
All right. Good job, guys. Comments of the day.
Good job. Good
Let's
job.
see what the squad has had to say. Alrighty, our first comment of the day comes from Carol Anderson, and she says, the Tiger, Brad, can I join you one day at the gym?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
Why not?
Motivation.
Yeah, I like that. You always need a good gym partner.
Yes.
All right, our second comment of the day comes from Jessica Leamy saying, it was a good hump day schmooze. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, I thought so too. I agree too.
This
I
was
liked
a good
it.
one.
I enjoyed it.
Silicone dolls and all.
Yes.
Next one comes from Tali, and she says, I'm still working, but managing to watch my favorite immigration show of all time.
Aw, thank you, Tali.
Yeah, and our fourth one comes from Sonia Daly saying, I'm changing my profession. I'm going to do immigration law. I love watching Uncle Brad. This show is an inspiration.
Awesome. Thank you for the nice compliments.
Nice.
Oh, this one's a good one. Last comment of the day comes from Damore Romed, and she says, which I agree, I nominate Tamika as public relations for the Brad Squad. She's so well.
I agree.
I agree.
Tamika Nelson for head PR Brad Squad.
I agree.
Does anybody second that?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. All right, we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?